Hey Virgo, happy birthday. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday. Happy belated birthday to anyone I've missed. So we're going to take a look and see what's coming up for you in September. Starting with definitely some type of a commitment or clarity is coming to you. Also the end of a struggle and a possible reunion with someone. We will get into this and get into more details. Make sure you smash that like button and do subscribe. And I'll see you very shortly.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to.
Okay, Virgo, so you're starting with this Seven of Cups in reverse. So there's a restored sense coming to you, okay? And this feels mostly like clarity in regards to maybe your dreams. If you're having certain dreams, messages coming through your dreams as well. But I do feel like there's a commitment of some sort. I feel like someone comes to their senses. So whether it's you or another person in regards to their emotions or having options, somebody definitely comes out of the clouds or living in a fantasy kind of situation, living in fantasy land. And so I feel like there's an energy, whether it's you or another person, where it's like, I know what I need to do now. Like almost like common sense, because in the upright, this is kind of like, Nana, if there was a ghosting or someone disappeared on you, it's like they're coming back, perhaps coming back around, but there's an energy of seriousness, serious business. Somebody's coming in with like serious business. There's no more like difficulty choosing, okay? It's like already being chosen. It's already, I feel like somebody chooses you as well, right? Whatever that means. You're the chosen one, Virgo, okay? You also have the end of a struggle happening in September, right? So that burned out feeling, that like, I just got to push through one more time, one more week, one more day, one more month, or push through whatever you've been kind of like whatever heavy energy you've been carrying that's been affecting you physically. It's any kind of stress or a sense of exhaustion or just having a lot on your plate comes to an end, possibly by September 10th. I will say that, but I'm just getting a big strong, this struggle is over. Okay? The struggle is over. Some of you have not been able to take a break. You have not been able to say no to something. You finally say no. Your freedom has been like a light at the end of the tunnel. You've been trying to just lighten up the load and pushing until you get there. Some kind of heavy responsibility is coming to an end in September. Now, there's also a reunion, possibly with a sibling or a soulmate showing up. Yeah, okay, there's a birthday gift as well coming to some of you. There could be a September 6th birthday gift or card from someone. Could be romantic, it could be a family member, it could be a child. Doesn't have to be the sex, they're just giving me the sex real quick. Okay, but there is an energy of nostalgia. Some of you receive a gift that is like all about you, right? All about you. Maybe you like flowers, or you like maybe you like plastic flowers. Whatever it is, it's something that I feel like that's coming in for you that someone really has given some thoughtfulness to. Even the act of the gift, especially if it comes from a child or a grandchild, or maybe you're a teacher and then you get gifts from children in a school. But yeah, and there's also, like I said, some kind of a reunion coming in for you in September, okay? Somebody possibly coming back or just showing back up in your life. Very sincere, very beautiful energy. All right, let's take a look and see what else What else? So I'm doing predictive reading right now is what we're doing. We're not going into any kind of deep psychological. We're just going to kind of just see what's coming up for you this month in September. If you want to get a personal predictive reading with me, just like this, click on the link in the description box below and you can book a reading with me. All right, let's take a look. What else is coming up for Virgo? Okay. Lovers in the reverse. Some of you, your divorce is going through finally. Some of you are realizing that there's some kind of a relationship, there's a contract that's being broken. Okay. Some of you, there's a realization that some of you are like, nah, I don't want a twin flame, I want a soulmate. If you were kind of like choosing to be with a twin flame or two people choosing to be with each other, I feel like one or both of you are letting that go in September or separating. There's separation. But let me just say, it's not like a surprise. This feels like a mutual agreement because the lovers in general is about choice, whether it's in the upright or reversed. So I kind of feel like there may be, like for some of you, there just maybe somebody's going away and it could also be separated from your lover in September, okay? Maybe somebody's going away. Or you guys, I don't know, there's just like, it's a decision that you're both kind of making. Like it feels more so like an agreement, whatever it might be. It feels like it's an agreement. And I do feel like there's a bit of regret attached to this as well, because maybe it's something that you both have to do, or something that has to be done. For some of you, this could be breaking some type of a contract. Somebody might be getting laid off as well, or is leaving their job in September and starting a new one. The lovers in reverse is like, it's still good. So this breakup or separation or whatever it is, it's not filled with hatred because it's the lovers. It's like, it's what a normal breakup. I'm using the word normal because let's start normalizing things here. Right? We need to start normalizing things. Everybody's like, well, no, what's normal? And I'm just like, no. We live by certain codes. We do. Okay? And it's so funny. Like, I have to say this. And you guys are probably going to hate me, but I have my opinion. I was watching that baby Emmanuel missing child thing. And the way the mother, her reaction with the no tears and the inhaling with the fake crying when she's supposed to be exhaling, because I pay attention to body language. And somebody said, well, everybody grieves differently. And I was like, that's a crock of bullshit. Mothers whose children go missing grieve the same freaking way. Mothers whose children go missing do not grieve differently or quietly or passively. They freak the F out. Where the freak is my kid? That's normal. That is how it's like. I don't want to hear this. Oh, everybody grieves. Maybe in other situations, when it comes to a parent, not just mothers, but a parent who can't find their kid, I have never seen a parent just sit down in the chair and be mopey because their kid's gone. Like, no, they got fire under their feet looking for that child. And they're in tears and they're panicked and they're rushing and they're like out of their minds trying to find their kid. Get the frick out of here. F out of here with that BS. Anyway, the normal, healthy separation or breakup is generally a mutual, calming, loving end. And there's no bitterness, and there's no jadedness, and there's no hatred. Everything else is freaking toxic. Okay? This is somewhat of an agreement, whether it's permanent or it's just in September. Two people are just not going to be together. And I'm sorry I went off on that rant, but I needed to do it. So thank you for allowing me to be my true Virgo self with that. I hated that. I was so mad. I was like screaming out into the air, like, that's a bunch of bull. I don't believe that's crud. Anyway, so this is an agreed upon separation, okay? Where y'all are just like, maybe, yeah, I'll see you later. We gave it our best, but I still love you, but we're just not compatible. So, that kind of thing. Okay? Anyway, went on. All right, look at this. Oh, God. So I did say for some of you, remember I was like, oh, you're going to leave possibly a job or break some kind of a contract or agreement. Some of you are going out on your own. You're like bossing up in September, taking the lead role, chief executive officer, quote unquote. Okay, definitely. Some of you going up the ranks in military, you're going to get I don't know what the code word is. I'm not in the military, but maybe you get another star or something like that. Like you're going up in the ranks in military. Some of you, there's something going on, possibly a father figure showing up or being present, whether it's in the 5D or in the 3D, like in real life, like a father figure, an older person, could be an Aries, an older person, and if you're older, they could be your age. Usually the Emperor is 50 plus, so this person is going to be significant in your life. And I feel like they're here to give you some kind of direction also. Kind of like a wise, oh, they just said some of you are already thinking about Christmas shopping. Are you getting it all done in September? Are you going to start Christmas shopping in September? Some of you are. They just said, because they were just they said, Santa Claus, hello. There's no reindeer in that. There are some bulls, though, or rams, I should say. But yeah, there is a significant elder or older person who's going to be showing up in your life, and they're here, or they show up to give you guidance or some kind of support, or they're passing the torch to you so you can take over. That's what they just said. They could be passing a torch so that you can take over. Even though the Emperor doesn't hold a torch, this is kind of like a grandfather energy, like being grandfathered in, and now that is kind of coming to an end, and they're passing it along to you. It could represent like an heir to an estate, being you, or something being passed down to you. That's interesting. Interesting. Somebody's also going to be a grandparent in September. Another message. A grandparent in September for the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th time, whatever. So congratulations. If that's you. Okay, what else do you have going on, Virgo? Ooh, all right. Look at you. Not spending in September, Virgo. You're being very greedy. Miserly energy with your money in September. You are not spending a dime. You are saving every damn penny. This is seeking long-term security. You're cashing in on some stuff, perhaps. You're selling some stuff. Yeah, absolutely. This is okay. 401ks, cashing out some Bitcoin. You're doing something, or you're holding on to your money and you're not cashing it out. You're also not buying anymore. You're holding. I just heard you're holding in September. I don't know what's going on in September. Maybe that's a warning. Some of you should just, not spend. Could be going through a financial issue globally in September. Okay, so hold on to every penny. I guess that's what their advice would be. Hold on to every penny. Start cutting away those extra apps that you have. You'd be surprised. Every little bit, if you like have a ton of apps and you pay for apps, sometimes like you forget you have them. I go in and I sweep them out. But and each app, say you're paying anywhere from like $1.99 to $19.99. That chips away. All that comes together in one big lump sum, chips away. I'm just hearing something about getting rid of some apps. If you have extra, take this weekend especially, go through your apps, go through your subscriptions, whatever, and start canceling things out that you don't need, because it's not the big ticket items that drain your bank. It's the little chipping away every day, little teeny tiny things. All right, let's see what else. Oh, okay. Some of you are definitely withdrawing, retreating, or moving on emotionally from a situation. 100%. You are going after your 9th cup. I feel like you have learned the lesson about a past situation. From a past situation, you have learned. And you are moving away from it. It's almost as if you're like, you know what? I'm done with some kind of thing. Some of you went home and now you're leaving home. Okay? But this is like an emotional retreat of some sort. Like you're getting away. Okay? From some heavy duty emotion. The 7 of Cups comes before the 8 of Cups, which can represent lack of commitment, having too many options. I feel like maybe you're a little emotionally overwhelmed, with this moon energy, maybe a little emotionally overwhelmed. Maybe you're just taking a temporary leave of absence from your feelings, from your emotions. You're like, you know what, let me just get into my avoidant role here. You're getting into some kind of an avoidant stance. You're abandoning, you're dismissing, you're emotionally avoiding things that are just flaky or just not certain. You're emotionally avoiding uncertainty and getting away from that energy as far as your feelings go. Or maybe your own feelings. Maybe you have a lot of, in September, these like up and down feelings, and you're feeling a little like, one day you're this, one day you're that. Maybe you're going through the change of life, whatever. One day this, one day that, and taking a sabbatical from your feelings. And a journey of some sort. All right, what else do you have, Virgo? Oh, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's definitely a new job offer coming in. If you've applied, you're going to get it. If you're thinking about employment, maybe a change, or change of place, location, industry, whatever it is, you're definitely going to be coming into some money. If you've been on unemployment or you've been struggling financially, if you've had what I want to say is like a lot of financial worry that's maybe made you kind of sick, if you've been on disability due to some kind of injury, or there was like workman's comp kind of thing, or insurance issues, I feel like that's going to resolve. If you've had a financial loss, I feel like that's going to be resolved. Yeah, I'm picking that up strongly. If you've been looking for a place to live, if you've been staying with friends or family and you want your independence, maybe you and another person, I feel like you guys are you or another person, or both of you are going to locate someplace. You're going to come in out of the cold, is what I'm hearing. I feel like hope returns. This is also an energy of recovery. Some of you are getting clean from an addiction, or you are continuing to stay in recovery. In September, you're healing, you're getting better, more stability in your life due to that. All right, let's see what else. Look at that. There you go. More stability. Finances. Beautiful how you go. Like, I feel like if you're saving money as well, or you're just not spending every bit, it's going to start like, you have so much more money in your bank account. You're going to be like, what? That's all I had to do? That's all I had to do is just get rid of those apps and stop paying for these extras. And some of you, I swear, I was going through like my internet service, and they tacked on some kind of AMC Disney thing at $10 a month. And I didn't even know they did that sneakily, right? I use Verizon. They did that like sneakily. I saw it and I was like, this has been on here for a year. I've been paying $120 a year for this service, and I don't even watch this. I don't watch AMC, and I certainly do not watch Disney. Nothing against it, but it's just not my thing. I went in there and I was like, oh, no, you don't, MFers. And I got rid of that. So I just saved $120 a year, every little bit, right? So for some of you, cutting some expenses out or extras is really going to fill fill the pot back up here. But I also feel like, again, there is some kind of, maybe you're going to retire in September. Maybe for some of you, it might be like your 65th, 67th, whatever. I don't know what the retirement age is. Some of you are going to get that retirement, Social Security coming in. Some of you are just, this is real estate, okay? Could be going into real estate or leaving real estate and, going into retirement. Some of you are out showing homes in September. You're going to sell a home for sure. Some of you are going to be left a home in September as well, or some type of inheritance. And we were talking about the Emperor passing the torch. So yeah, I'm not predicting, like, don't worry. I'm not predict, like if you're concerned, like, oh my gosh, is like someone going to pass? No. I'm just saying September, you come into like a good bit of financial growth, financial gains, period. I don't care if you're out there at the casinos playing poker, whatever you're doing, whatever it is, there's money. There's financial stability. Scratching off a lotto ticket, hitting it big with Bitcoin, crypto stuff. September looks good for money, okay? Or just getting rid of all the excess. Okay, let's see what else do you have going on. All right. Ooh, look at that. Four of Cups in the reverse. There's a new option coming to you, Virgo. And I also feel like a new emotional outlook. There's a new direction. So if you have been, and I feel like we kind of talked about this before. Again, this is clarity. But if you've been like feeling unfulfilled and not really sure about how you feel about certain things, I feel like another option is going to present itself that you hadn't thought of. So I'm not sure if you're trying to make a decision or you've got like a lot on your plate. Sometimes when you can't decide, I feel like you just got to kick back, because I often find that all the problems that we are trying to manage and control and work out, when we just kind of step back from them, they actually wind up resolving on their own. So that might be the other option that you need to consider, instead of trying to figure out how you're going to manage this and this and this, all this new stuff that just keeps piling up, and what to do. I just don't know. I don't want to deal with any of it. But feeling maybe a little like stressed or becoming indifferent, and just being kind of like, you don't want to be indifferent, but kind of like, you know what, let me just leave it alone. I'm not going to keep my arms crossed because I'm PO'd and I'm blocking this energy. Let me just relax. And this is the other option. Some of you, I do feel like you just need to let it go and let it sort itself out, because things usually do. This is calling for patience. it will work out. It will sort itself out in your favor. Whatever you're stressing over, whatever certain people are bugging you or saying or doing things, and like you want to have the last word, or you want to like stand up. Like sometimes the best, sometimes your silence says more than words ever could. And sometimes your lack of holding on to something actually serves you in the long run. Holding on to something that isn't in your, that you just can't deal with at this time. Okay. That's what I feel. So yeah, let's get a couple more cards and then we're just going to get into any of the rest of the readings here. Okay. The Devil. Watch out for your greed in the sense, too. You might have like, maybe there's an addiction somewhere in your external life or within yourself. Watch out. I feel like when we get the Devil, there's definitely an energy of feeling like there's temptation around you. There's some kind of temptation that's showing up especially in September. I'm not going to pull a clarifying card on this because I think you kind of know. But I do feel like you're going to get some kind of temptation that's going to show up. And, it could show up in the form of, like I say, an addiction, greed, envy. It's like the 7 deadly sins. Materialism, obsession, sexual lust. I don't know, like I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you know that September is really going to be there. It's going to be heavy duty. So if you're trying to be on the straight and narrow, obviously you kind of need to, it's like, okay, keeping it green here with whatever's going on. You could be tempting as well. You could also be, and I'm just going to say this, you could be the one who's giving off this energy as well. You could be tempting others. Well, I'm not going to say you could be. It's one or the other. Either you are coming off in September as being like the one to obsess over, you could be drawing people to you, like you are the drug. I think we talked about that yesterday. There could also be 2 people who can't seem to break the chain. But if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you say it will never break the chain. That's an oldie. That just came right out. Pardon my non-Mariah Carey singing skills, but yeah, that's an old Fleetwood Mac song. The Chain, I think it's called. Might be a connection to that song. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Holy moly. Again, Ace of Cups is still a good card, reverse or not. There's a delay. That's how it's coming across to me. There's a delay and a blessing. It's on its way, Virgo. It's on its way. But it's just a little bit delayed. There might be, especially for your birthday in September, there might be a delay. This could be very simple. Like your mom's like, oh, I got you a gift, but it's going to be late getting shipped. Something like that. You know what I mean? It's not going to come in on your birthday. It's going to be like a few days later. It could be very simple like that for some of you. That's the case. Or someone doesn't receive something in time. There's a reason that there's a delay, and I feel like as far as new love or potential romantic new beginning, there could be a pregnancy that's, this baby's supposed to be coming out now, and it's still now I'm going to have to get induced and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or some kind of key emotional development where there's a hope or an expectation that it's going to come in at a particular time, and it's just on a bit of a delay. Okay, the baby's going to be coming in late. The proposal, the marriage offer, or to get married or to get into this. There's like a delay. There's a reason for it, though. It's still coming in, but there's a good reason that this is on a delay. It could be a trip. There's a good reason. Sometimes, like when I'm driving down the road and there's a ton of traffic, because listen, I get like flares of road rage when I'm in traffic. I just flare up here and there. Nothing big. But I've kind of like started turning something around in some way. Like I've had this old mantra for like when I get frustrated in traffic. But I was like, all right, girl, you need to self-soothe. Come on, let's stop. And I started saying, you know what? Maybe I'm being saved from a car accident. Right? I know it's crazy, but... And then I find the gratitude. Thank you for slowing me down. You know, not that there is one, but sometimes I think that in my mind, like God works in mysterious ways. And sometimes I'll, you know, like I said, I'll be driving and then I hit all this traffic and I got to talk to myself and just be like, you know what? Let's say that there was no traffic. Let's say that maybe this detour is not just here because they're fixing the road. Maybe there's a bigger message here. You know, maybe something if because it's when it's your time to go. I always try to find gratitude for why there's problems. I always try to find the silver lining in struggles, you know, or the lesson. I always try to because it keeps me from getting into a place of feeling like, oh, poor me. I hate that. I can't do that. Can't do that. I mean, I guess every once in a while it's okay, but, you know, try not to stay in that. So, yeah, those were the biggest messages that I'm picking up here as far as September goes. Let's see what other messages you have here, Virgo. Repair, evolution, growth. Full circle, completion. Wow. You have chosen to learn from your mistakes and move forward, closing out the cycle. Every layer of yourself you acknowledge is a layer that served its purpose. You are now feeling your power by seeing your inner strength and determination pay off. This is September. You come full circle in September. Be proud of this moment and let it carry you forward. All right, you guys, I have to get this video up because I am super late getting this up. So I'm just going to end it there. Sorry, no charms, nothing like that. We're just going to, it's right now, like the video goes live at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. It is 9:45 p.m. Eastern. So it's not, it probably won't get a notification because it's going to be uploaded so late. Okay? But, you know, that's it. I just had a very busy day. All right, you guys, going to leave it there. I will see you all back here tomorrow for your weekend reading. Love you. Bye.